Hi, happy Monday. I just got done recording a video and a TikTok and I thought, wow, I mean, first of all, like, can we look at that? I'm sure you've seen it in other videos. So I thought, let me clean up my office while I talk to you about some things at the same time. Like, does that sound fun? I feel like it could be fun. Let's try it out. I get a lot of questions about working from home and I know it can be a big adjustment. So I wrote down a couple of tips and notes and things that have helped me over the years. The first being to have a morning routine. I think this is so important, and you all may or may not know that I am not really a morning person, but even if it's not like super early that I'm waking up, doing the same things every single day, for me, that's having a cup of coffee undisturbed, meaning I'm not reading email with my first cup of coffee. I'm not on a meeting for my first cup of coffee, which I remember that from the corporate days, and that was terrible. And then I also like to read a little something. This is actually what I'm getting ready to start right now. Fellow businessor, Paige, she recommended this book to me because I was talking about how I care too much about, you know, what other people think and rude comments get to me. So anyway, just reading a few pages of a book really helps. Tip number 2 is pretty perfect for what we're doing right here, right now, and that is to separate your space. Obviously, you know, I have an office now, but that wasn't always the case. When we lived in our last 2 apartments, I just worked like in the kitchen or wherever I could have a space. But there were a couple of rules that I had for myself. And really the biggest one is that I wouldn't work in bed. That bed was not for work. And I tried really hard to follow that. So yeah, for you, that might be your kitchen table. That's like your designated workspace. It might be, you know, a little nook that you have, a little den. It might be a co-working space. I did the co-working space thing and it's not really for me. So yeah, do whatever you can, but just figure out, you know, the things that work best for you and separate your space. Key, major key. Number 3, this thing right here is such a game changer, actually. I'm trying not to recommend things from Amazon a ton because I know a lot of people don't like to shop there, but I did get it from Amazon. I'm sure you can find something similar somewhere else, but it's just like this little whiteboard. I use Asana and stuff like that for with my team and for more solid deadlines, like big projects and stuff. But for my day-to-day, just like clean your office, run an errand, you know, call this person back. Having it written on paper is seriously the most helpful for me. So I really enjoy having this little thing where I can just wipe it off every day, because what I was doing before, I was using actual paper and I just felt really wasteful. And I will also say, avoid having any more than 3 tasks a day. Realistically, if you're gonna work like 8 hours in a day, it's gonna be really hard to get more than 3 tasks done a day, unless they're like the tiniest things ever. So be realistic with yourself, make these small kind of goals. And then if you overachieve, you're gonna feel really hyped. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I am working way ahead and I can work on tomorrow's to-do list now, instead of beating yourself up for only getting halfway through your list of 8 different things to do. My next step is to take regular breaks, which I feel like I've been doing while talking to you. So that one is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I know some people like the Pomodoro technique. I know some people just have certain times that they take a break every day. For me, that's pretty much what it is. I really try to take a full lunch break every day. Let's go over here where things get really bad. Like I said, I'm not gonna do a full before and after. Yes, I'm in the business of being real with you all, but I'm not in the business of embarrassing myself. But just take a little glimpse at this, will ya? I legitimately lost an SD card in my ukulele the other day. It like flung over. It was this whole thing. I think it might still be in there. I don't know. Group meetings together. That's my next tip is, you know, there are certain days, like Fridays are usually my CEO days. Oh my gosh, look at my college graduation picture. Why is this in here? I was so clueless. I was like, what is life? Fridays are usually my CEO day, meaning that I do not take any calls. Wednesdays for me, I usually have calls, and that just is the method that works the best for me, because I find that if I just open up my calendar and I'm like, oh yeah, I can just take meetings whenever anybody wants, what ends up happening is I have, you know, 2 meetings on Monday, 3 meetings on Tuesday, 1 meeting on Wednesday, 4 meetings on Thursday, you know, instead of, I could have just condensed those into 2 days and not had to like get ready, you know, every single day, or Also just had the chance to have good focused work. This definitely needs to be tuned. Okay, so I already kind of talked about it a little bit, but my next step is to take a CEO day. Have an untouchable day. Seriously, it will change your life. That's all I'm gonna say. Using a tool like HoneyBook or any scheduling tool, but I personally use HoneyBook. You can populate your availability into your calendar there and then get a scheduling link. Such a game changer. And you can have different scheduling links too. So maybe you want to, you know, offer open availability to friends or like networking people, but for clients you only want to be available for calls on Fridays. You can have different calendars, so that's really helpful. I've actually been working on a different calendar because I'm doing podcast interviews for my second podcast, which I think the second interview is going to be out today or tomorrow, so check that out. It's called the Online Business Launch Lab podcast. I got this little shredder at the Muji store when I was in New York. It is perfect. If you are somebody like me where you're not like shredding intense documents every day, but you do want a shredder, it's amazing. It's manual. I'll show you how it works with something that's not super personal. Let's see. What is this? Oh boy. So you just put it in like so, and then you just crank it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, next tip while I'm doing this, sorry if the sound is annoying, is to track your time. Yeah, this will really help you with figuring out, you know, what days should be for what, how much time you need to allot for what, you know, do you need a ton of meeting time, and also to figure out what you're most profitable with, because you might make a lot of money doing one particular thing, but when you actually really break it down and do the numbers for it, you might realize like, all right, yeah, I'm making a lot, but I'm also spending, you know, 20, 30, 40 hours a week doing that. So maybe it's not that profitable, right? Another tip, I would show you this if it wasn't the middle of the night. Leave your house. Again, similar to taking breaks, it's really easy to just get in a swing of like, okay, I really need this to stop doing this. I noticed when I start to get really like anxious or sad, I'll be like, what is wrong? Like nothing happened. Nobody said anything to me. And then I'll realize I haven't left my house for like 3 days. Even if it is just literally standing outside on your porch, for me, standing outside of my balcony, running to the store, running to get a cup of coffee. You have to get sun on your skin. Most people are vitamin D deficient, by the way, especially if you live in the Midwest like I do, or in a climate like I do. I just got diagnosed as being vitamin D deficient and I take medicine for it now. But most people are, and one of the main ways we get vitamin D is through the sun, and it seriously affects your mood. So leave your house. Like make it a goal to leave your house once in a while. I promise you'll be happy that you did. Okay, to the person who told me that my eucalyptus really bothered them and looked incredibly fake, I'm sorry that I wrote something snotty back to you. I really actually feel bad about that. But I just want you all to know that this is actually real. It's real eucalyptus, it's just dried. Somebody said it really bothered them that it looked fake, and I just wanted to say it's not fake. While we're on the topic of doing like mentally healthy things, like leaving your house, I think if you have a partner or if you have a roommate or a family member or anybody in your life, it's really important to have open and honest conversations with them. I mean, in general, but what do I know about life or relationships? But absolutely when you work from home, this is a very uncomfortable position. So let me move. I'm not going to tell the story of why there's half a couch in my office. I've already told it in vlogs, so the real ones know. I hear this a lot. Luckily, I don't really encounter this personally, but I hear from a lot of couples that, you know, one partner works from home and is expected to like, you know, keep the house spick and span and the kids taken care of and food ready on the table and all that kind of stuff, even though they're also really busy and maybe even working more hours than the person who goes to the office. So I think it's very important to like just have those honest conversations with people. I know people didn't really understand what I meant when I was like, yeah, I'm at home working. I think they thought sometimes that meant like I could text or, you know, things like that. And I really sometimes can't, even though I work for myself, even sometimes I'm on a call or something. So just being open and honest and not making them feel bad about it, you know, just explaining, hey, sorry, Mondays at 3, I always have this team call and blah, blah, blah. And even just like showing them, you know, if there's a way that you can kind of show them what you do, like a take your family or take your husband to work day, I think that can sometimes be really helpful. And then the last thing I'm gonna tell you, I'm actually bringing you into my kitchen to find this thing I wanna show you. I got a new toy for my face. So my last piece of advice here, it is amazing here, man. Oh man. My last piece of advice is to have something to look forward to every single day. So for me, I just got this. I'm so sorry, dear neighbors. I just got this in the mail. This is not an ad, but it's the Foreo Luna 3, and it's like a skincare, you know, deep exfoliant. So I am like so excited to take my makeup off tonight, get in the shower, do like a deep spa-like skincare regimen, you know, maybe do a face mask after. I think just having little treats like that, whether it is, like I said, going out to get coffee, going out to get dinner, balancing a camera on your new skincare device. You know, my thing is like when I am done with the workday, I'm sorry the camera's crooked. When I'm done with the workday, me taking off my work clothes and putting on just like sweats, taking off my makeup, that is like the most happy moment of my day. I'm serious. I look forward to it so much. Shake eucalyptus oil in the shower and it smells like a spa. Like, it is such a vibe for me. Whatever that little routine is for you, maybe it's making dinner with your partner or with your roommate or with yourself, or, you know, playing with your dog, taking your dog for a walk, or playing with your kid, you know, just having something that really is a clear separation between work time and personal time. When my makeup's off, that means I'm staying home in most cases. Now it is relax time. It is family time. It is personal time. It is not work time. It's not get on a Zoom call time. It's not film a video time. It's not film a TikTok time. Okay? No, none of that. So those are my best tips, truly, for working from home, kind of navigating that work-life balance when you do work from home. And let me show you the final version of my office. All clean. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. I'm posting videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday for business. And I'm also active on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at the Latasha James, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.